storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
What's up everyone, it's Waves and today I have a new M+ commentary for you guys. I just got done streaming and I already hyped up you guys that were in the stream about this video because this run was really something else compared to like the other runs that we had on the channel so far. And you will see why. I'd say we just start the video. It is a Halls of Valor, which arguably is one of the, if not the hardest key in tyrannical weeks. This guy is, this key is a pug group. Like I don't know these people. I just signed up to a key. No voice, no anything. We didn't assign anything. We just ran in and the tank said, I'm just gonna type out things to interrupt and stuff like that. Like on the go. So I was like, okay, we're never gonna time this. And what happened in this key, we will see now, I guess. So we start the first pull, we Bloodlust here. We have the Thundercaller on focus, so we get the interrupts. And we just pretty much, I just funnel into the Stormdrake here. I'm a little bit annoyed because my game settings for some reason reset the thing where I have a cooldown, like a cooldown timer with like numbers on my weak auras there. So first pull was a little bit wonky. I was a little bit concerned about me being top damage because usually an Enhanced Shaman isn't top damage. At least, I don't know, in most cases if you play... I mean, I'm used to playing with a Feral and a Warrior. So with a Feral and a Warrior in like AoE packs, I'm usually never top DPS. Unless they don't have cooldowns. So I was a little bit worried that I'm topping these people by like 60k. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you play the dungeon clean, it should be fine. Even if damage is a little bit uneven. So yeah, we break the CC on the other Thundercaller. I tab into my options to get the numbers on my weak auras there. Thought that would be a good moment to like do that real quick there. And then we take the second Thundercaller to the boss basically. So yeah, there's gonna be some interesting things that we're gonna do in this key, which they are known. They are no like, you know, new strategies that we came up with. But I'm pretty sure that some of you people probably don't know about these tactics. So if you're having issues like timing a Halls of Valor, or you know, you want to get into pushing keys and you just want to be prepared for it even if you haven't tried it yet, there's going to be some tips and tricks in this video that may help you to time a higher Halls of Valor than you have before. So yeah, so far we just played first pack. Now we just play first boss. It's basically a training dummy. I mean, at the end of the day, sure, you switch lanes here sometimes, depending on where the dragon breathes. The healer stands outside and baits the dancing blade. And then on high tyrannical keys, you may want to use a defensive on the Horn of Valor, which I don't know with this healer. I just felt so safe that I didn't even need to for some reason. Like, sure, like at some point it's gonna one-shot you, but these didn't one-shot me. So I didn't really feel the need of like pressing something. Because the healer was very quick to like top the group afterwards, like after we dropped, which felt pretty good. So yeah, most of the time we kind of just didn't use anything. Damage, single target looks pretty good here from the group. We're playing Outlaw as well. That may have been the reason why he wasn't doing as much damage as I would have expected from a rogue. Because I expected the rogue to be sub, because most rogues just play sub in keys. And or at least the ones that I play with. So yeah, I would have expected him to do more damage because sub does more AoE damage uncapped than Outlaw, I think. So yeah, it may have just been that, but hey, at least he's doing good single target right now, so that is really good. Yeah, you can see sometimes I'm spinning around my camera because I just want to check like where the dragon's coming from, so we don't get caught off guard. Use a puzzle box here because I see that my primordial wave is ready. And yeah, pretty much the only thing you want to watch out for is these little like lightning tornado thingies, that they don't catch you off guard. And there's pretty much not that much more to say. Like it's Hymdall, right? I mean, what can I say? It's a training dummy. The healer is doing good baits. The DPS is doing good DPS. And I mean, even a tank. I mean, for single target, 30k. Like, how's the healer doing 20k DPS actually? The healer is actually doing a lot of damage for keeping us top tier and being a healer. He's doing 20k, tank is doing 30k. Pretty good actually. This is a very good boss to min-max your thundering stacks as well, or your thundering debuffs rather, when you get the 30% damage increase. Cause there's not really anything going on. I know some of them we cleared early, which was pretty bad to be honest, but yeah, sometimes we're trying to hold the Thundering buff as long as we can, basically. And that is pretty much exactly what you want to do, because, yeah, I mean, you can just stand next to each other and then wait until last second and then clear, because there's pretty much nothing that, like, prevents you from being able to clear. Like, sure, when you switch lanes, but you can just, like, preemptively clear then if you know that it's happening. Other than that, though, I mean, yeah, we're just literally standing here, hitting a training dummy, and at 10% it's gonna phase now. So even though it feels like a very, very long fight, I think that's just because it's, like, so, like, boring, like, as in a boss fight. But, yeah, it was only 3.5 minutes to push this on a 25 tyrannical. I don't think 3.5 minutes for Hymdall is that bad, honestly. We have a decent patrol, because it's about to leave, and then we can pass through. So I think here I'm actually typing that I'm gonna do... Oh yeah, someone said he's doing a second Mystic. I'm just doing Rune Cover, because Shaman can just solo the Rune Cover easily. So yeah, since we have a Prot Paladin, we have AoE CC, like, we have so much. We have a fucking Rogue. I might as well just do the Rune Cover, right? And then just make sure that I solo interrupt that. We have so many AoE stops. We have Chaos Nova. We have the AoE shield interrupt from the Paladin. We have my Thunderstorm. We have Sunder. We have so many things, right? We have Vortex Typhoon from the Druid. And then obviously if something goes through, we have not only 3 melee kicks, but one of them is a Shaman. Then we have a tank Paladin with a kick and with the shield kick. Like, I don't know, man. Like, if casts are going off in our group setup, there's an issue, kinda. So, yeah, we pretty much just... We have a lot of AoE as well now. Like, a lot of, like, consistent AoE, I feel like. So, these mobs are kinda, like, all dying at the same time, which is pretty good for the bursting, obviously. And yeah, that is the next pack done. No major issues whatsoever there. So, we just go to the side here and line while they are pulling inside. You can just see the Rogue. The Rogue is, like, typing who kicks what. So he wanted me to do the left Mystic, which is the yellow marked one at the moment. I use my puzzle box here. Luckily the Pally kicked it there because I was casting my puzzle box, and I think I would have had to interrupt my puzzle box to get the kick there on the Mystic, so it's good that he took the first one. And yeah, then we're pretty much just cleaving down the pack. You may see sometimes in packs that I actually don't spend time to, like, spread Lashing Flames as much as I could to do more overall damage. And that is mainly because I want to kill the mob to make it easier to not wipe. Because killing one mob that is, like, a caster just takes one mob out that you have to interrupt and, like, focus on interrupting and shit like that. Maybe not the best thing you can do for your overall, but yeah, it is what it is. I just feel safer that way in a lot of times, and yeah, as long as it doesn't make or break the key with the damage that I'm missing from that, it is just a safer way of doing it, in my opinion. So yeah, we get this pack down here, and yeah, now we move inside. We go to the left here. We take the Shield Maiden, take it onto the Rune Cover here. This is like a sketchy pull in my opinion, cause yeah, when you take all of this inside, then it is a little bit sketchy, cause when the tank has to move and doesn't have aggro on everything, you have to get the interrupts while you're moving. You have to, like, displace the mobs so that they get properly moved and stacked. And yeah, again, I'm just doing one of the Rune Covers here with my Thunderstorm. I just try to, like, you know, give us a little bit of time, stop the mobs, so we have a little bit of time to do more damage and get the mobs interrupted that are casting at the moment. One Rune Cover is almost dead here now. Then we just have the Thundercaller to take care of, and a lot of AoE mobs, melee mobs. And with these melee mobs, like when you kite them, the ones that do the Mortal Hue or whatever it's called, the frontal, it can be kind of sketchy because sometimes you will have one mob walk and follow the tank, while another one is casting the frontal. And if you're, like, behind the mobs, let's just say this is the tank, these are the mobs, and then you are here. And then the tank moves away, one of the ads moves away, it's the one that you targeted. So you see you're out of range, you start walking as well, but then another one stops to cast a frontal, and then you walk in front of the other one, and it frontals you while you try to stay in range of the other mob, basically. That is something that can happen. I hope that made sense how I explained it. But, like, yeah, that's something that killed a lot of people right here in this pack, exactly, is what I meant. That If the tank moves, and then one is casting a frontal, the one that you're targeting moves, so you want to stay in range to hit it, and then you just get caught by the frontal. Gotta take care. That's why I'm like switching my target a lot here, because I'm always trying to see like which mob stands furthest away from the tank, so that is the one that I can hit, kinda. It's not always that easy, but it's kind of like the safest thing that you can try and do, I would say. So yeah, I can definitely recommend it doing that way. And yeah, I mean, the pack just takes a while, even though it is tyrannical. This is a pack that takes quite a while, specifically because of the aspirant that just has a lot of HP. So yeah, not that nice to play this for so long with all these frontals, because it is kind of annoying to play. And then if you have to do it for like a while, it just gets more and more annoying, kind of. But yeah, now we have it done. Everything's dead. And now we play the 2 mini bosses. Not that scary in a tyrannical week. Kind of just teaches you the mechanics of the boss, kind of. So yeah, we pull them here. You can pull them together. You just desync them a little bit. Like you pull this one first. Once it does the storm, then you pull in the second guy. And then once the storm is over, the other one will do the sanctify. And then, you know, they're just desynced basically, so you can play the mechanics. I put this guy on my focus just so I can get the kicks all the time, because sometimes if you play with a full melee group, sometimes people are out of position and stuff like that. And you as a shaman with the range kick can just snag the kick then. Like after the sanctify, it's gonna do a cast. And boom. Actually the DH kicked there, but I tried to kick it as well. So yeah, just want to keep that in mind, that you know that there's a kick that has to be taken here. I also AG'd the first storm here. Wasn't necessarily needed, but might as well use it, because I won't have it for the first storm of the boss fight now, but the healer already told me that he wants my AG on second and fourth storm. Fourth storm if we get a fourth one. If we only get 3, that would be even better. But yeah, that's why I used it on the first ad storm here, so I will have it ready for the second boss storm again. And yeah, that's pretty much the thought process behind that. So now the first one is dead here, we just kill the second one. I mean, there's nothing else to it anymore, it's just a sanctify, which is like very easy to dodge. If you haven't caught on what I'm doing here, whenever, like, wait, let me pause this for a second. Whenever these go out, right, like there's a very simple solution as a melee. First of all, like the hitbox is very huge, you can stand very far away. And then as a melee, you can stand right here. You will see the 4 corners right here, 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 and here. And you just position yourself in the middle of 2 of the corners, right? Like right here. And go as far out as the melee range allows you to, right? Right here. I could even go further back. And then you wait until 3 orbs went out. And the one comes straight at you. Because you can just stand there for all of them except for the 1 orb that comes straight at you. And then once that happens, this is the one that comes straight at you. Everything else is just going past you like this, right? And then there's just one orb, you step to the side, and then you step back into the middle. And then it's just that thing again, basically, but like reversed. So you literally have to dodge one singular orb, which is this one. And then once you dodge this, you can just stand still again. And it works on the ad and it works on the boss. And that way you kind of never have to be scared of where you're standing or whatever, because it's always going to be the same. So yeah, what the tank is doing now, by the way, this is the first trick, that you can do here. It will make puck keys way easier, is you take Hyrja, take her to the lightning side, so she gets infused with lightning energy. Then you pull her back to the middle. Then she does the sanctify. I think with a warrior leap you can skip this sanctify. Yeah, the rogue doesn't get the rogue doesn't know what we're doing here. So you take her here. The first like thing may be like a little bit sketchy. Like the first debuff might do a little bit more damage, but it's perfectly fine. You then take the shield to get knocked back into the lightning after you've went to the to the yellow thing, after you've been to the blue side, because now she's like reversed, right? Because now we're on the yellow side, but she's doing the storm. So she doesn't have any blue stacks. So the storm literally doesn't do any damage. I mean, it does damage, but it doesn't have a damage increase, right? So now she's stacking up yellow stacks. And what's happening now is that the yellow mechanics would do a lot more damage. But she's doing the shield now and switching sides. So we all move to the other side. And now the yellow stacks will drop. And we will get blue stacks. which, sure, these debuffs sometimes may hurt a little bit still, until she drops the stacks. But now she's doing the Sanctify while having blue stacks, which for the Sanctify doesn't really matter, because you never want to get hit by the Sanctify anyways. But the only thing that it really matters for is for the debuffs, but they shouldn't kill you, ideally. And then what it really matters for in this boss for the Storm, now she's going over, she has a lot of blue stacks, but now she's going to the yellow side again. And you can see it here, right? Like right here, that she's losing the blue stacks again. She only has 2 left. Storm is starting now, and she doesn't have any blue stacks anymore. So the Storm is just not doing damage anymore. And that way you just have the entire fight like desynced, and it's gonna be 100 times easier for your healer to heal the fight. So yeah, definitely a good strategy. I haven't seen that many tanks do it in packs yet, because I think that like the general generally people thought that it would be way harder to do this, to like desync it, because I think there's like a strategy, as I said, with like a warrior leap, to where you don't even have to sanctify in the middle, in the beginning. I don't know exactly how it works, I don't know exactly the timing on it, but either way you can just do it like we did it in the video here, in this key, and I mean it works, right? Like nothing was really scary at any point here. So yeah, definitely something that will make or break a lot of puck keys if you're trying to push, even in pre-mates, obviously. I'm saying puck the whole time, but even with your pre-mates, doing this will make it so much easier for you guys to push halls to the next key level that you're on at the moment. So yeah, definitely something that I recommend doing. And yeah, I mean, you can see the fight is not that long. It feels a little bit long because it's like very repetitive, but at least it's not sketchy, not at all here. And yeah, 3-minute fight, and it's almost dead here. We have it at 5%. I don't think we will even get the next Sanctify here. I don't think it will fully cast it. I think it will just die during, probably. So yeah, boss is dead now, and we can move over to Fenrir. Fenrir side, a little bit sketchy again in tyrannical, cause of the bleed and cause of the like cleave, where you all have to be in. If one person isn't in the AoE, in like the cleave thing, you're pretty much dead. So yeah, gotta make sure that you always have everyone in there. If you have a Night Elf, very good. If you have a Rogue, very good. If you have both, very, very good. I'm not sure 100% actually. It looks like from the animation, it looks like the DH is a Night Elf. We do have a Rogue, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out if the Druid is a Night Elf as well. I'm not sure if the Druid is a Night Elf as well, but I am sure that the DH is a Night Elf. So we have Meld, and we have Vanish, obviously, to negate the jumps. Cause if you have someone that can melt or vanish or whatever the jump, then it just cancels all of the jumps for everyone, basically. This is a little bit of a sketchy pull here, just cause we had some issues getting all of the mob stacked, so we still have like the marksman or whatever it's called, like in the back, jumping away now again, which is a little bit annoying, cause well, it's just costing us a bit of time. I'm trying to like figure out like which rune cover here to interrupt, because again we don't have marks assigned to anyone. We're not in voice comms, so I just kind of had to like figure it out on the fly. And yeah, now we went back to the marksman, so we can actually finish that off as well. In this route, like a lot of people nowadays, they don't play the dragon anymore, like the storm dragon when you come into Fenrir side. For this key though, the tank was just like, yo, let's just play the dragon. We're gonna get 4 stacks, kill them with the dragon, and then kind of just be fine with it. So yeah, he said, get it down to like X% and then pull the stacks. So that's exactly what we do here. I don't think it's like the most efficient thing you can do and you can play, but honestly better than a lot of other things as well. So yeah, I don't think it's that efficient, but it felt pretty good to play at least, because there's nothing scary about this. It's just pretty much easy to play, and yeah, at least you get some count from it. So yeah. By the way, guys, I still I said it like a couple of keys ago. I probably haven't mentioned it in a while, but I still don't have a 421 weapon. I just had to think about that because it's Wednesday, and I opened my vault again today. I still haven't seen a 421 weapon on this character. So yeah, since you guys always see my overall in these dungeons and I always look like shit, Well, I still don't have a 421 weapon, I still don't have an arrow knock ring, and I still don't have an icon. So, yeah, nothing has changed. A couple of weeks have passed since I mentioned that in a video, that I'm still missing those, like, 3, well, technically 4 items. But the raid doesn't drop it, my vault doesn't drop it, I don't know what to do, man. Like, so I just have to continue playing with my shitty-ass weapons. But yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I mean, so far, in like 99% of cases, we're not depleting keys due to damage, but we're depleting them to just fucking something up. So, yeah, not terrible, but also not great. And yeah, this is the cleave that I meant. Everyone has to be in that, like, at all times. Otherwise, you know, you might as well just be dead. I think we got another one here. Yes, there we go. We got another one. And then once you have the Ravenous Leap, that is when you want to have the Vanishes or the Shadow Melts or whatever. And it basically just negates the mechanic for the most part. So, yeah. Also, I gotta say, this was pretty much like one of the first keys this season that I played with a Resto Druid. It felt really, really good. I don't know why, but Resto Druid felt really, really good. Like, it has a lot of damage, I feel like. It's very quick to just, like, top the whole group. I mean, look at this, how fast he's topping us. Doesn't really have mana issues, because you can always just, like, Cat Form Drink. You have Roar. I mean, I don't know, we just felt safe, or I just felt safe in this group for some reason, I don't know. Like, I know it doesn't have, like, the craziest externals, but for some reason, it felt really fine with a Resto Druid. So, yeah, ideally we would want to push this before this Claw Frenzy, like at 60% of course the boss is facing, but unfortunately we still get the Claw Frenzy here, because we're 2% damage short here. Actually 1%, and yeah, we get the Claw Frenzy and then it faces, so I mean, it is what it is. Just using some more of our healer's mana. And yeah, now we're doing the fence pull. I mean, everyone knows this one, where the healer stands on the fence, and then the tank is gathering up the wolves, and you just do the wolves basically. So, oh yeah, now you can see that it's a Night Elf as well. So it's a Night Elf Druid, it's a Night Elf DH, and then we have a Rogue for Vanish as well. So yeah, I just wait here a little bit until the Pally really has aggro and everything, because dying to aggro here, having an aggro death would really be annoying, honestly. Had it happened in the past as well, so rather just give the tank some time to get the aggro, and then we can start sending it. Damage pretty equal here between all the DPS. I guess DH falling a little bit behind. Now he's catching up. It's pretty much equal. Like, it felt really good in this key that no one was, like, slacking really hard in terms of damage, you know, because in pugs especially that can sometimes be the case, and obviously it's annoying, right? If you then deplete a key because someone is just like doing 40k overall less than someone else or whatever, you know, or even more, I don't know. So yeah, really good to see that everyone's doing the damage that they are supposed to do here. And with that we have like 37 seconds left on Bloodlust, and we pull Fenrir here now as the proper boss fight. 60%. We have 71% trash, so after this we're gonna do the bear pull basically, and then we can already go upstairs to the kings. So yeah, even though it doesn't look like it right now, there's not that much left in the key. We do Fenrir, we do one pull, then we do kings, and then we do the 2 last bosses, and then we're done. So yeah, pretty much here we just want to make sure that we're all topped for the Claw Frenzy all the time. I thought the Pally would bop me here, but for some reason it didn't want to bop me, so I kind of had to go for a little run into the cave here. Have enough space, no worries whatsoever. Then we go out. You can try to like time your Primordial Wave on this boss as an Enhancement Shaman with the wolves spawning. It's a little bit difficult sometimes, like right here with these wolves. You want to get Lava Lash on them and then use your Primordial Wave, but obviously sometimes you have so much AoE damage in the group that these are just dying like before you can use your Primordial Wave properly. Luckily, we bloodlusted here and pulled like normal wolves into the boss fight, so I could just use those instead to get my haste instead of like the wolves that the boss summons. Pretty sketchy pull to take 2 wolves here onto the boss, but well, I guess our paladin tank thought it was a good idea, and I mean, who am I to tell the tank what he can tank and what he can't tank? This looks a little bit overwhelming now, like when you actually get the wolf spawns from the boss as well. But I just used my AG here, doing almost 9k healing, HPS rather. So yeah, we just get the normal wolves down. Now we get the non-boss summoned wolves down as well. Sure, we drop pretty low here on the claw every time, but the healer's just topping us so quick, and there's pretty much nothing else going on other than that we're kind of chilling. It's a little bit worrying how low the mana of the healer is most of the time, but I mean, at the end of the day, as long as he has enough to keep us topped, why would we care about it, right? So, get another Ravenous Leap here. Of course, the rogue is just vanishing it again, and no issues whatsoever. Boss is down to 8% now. Should be done in a second here. The DH actually jumps out of that for the momentum and then dashes back in last second, so we get the 5-stack damage split basically. Otherwise, again, people could have died to that. And the boss is like at like 1% here, and we just finish it off while it's chasing the druid. And with that, we are done with Fenrir. Now we get the haste, the speed buff, sorry, and we move over to the bear pull. Bear pull, not really difficult at all. I mean, as long as the tank has good aggro, and this tank has done it like really, really well on the cliff here. So he basically pulls everything, then he stacks them up at the top here, waits until they do like the claw, and then he just jumps down, so they have to follow him down. I stunned them here after they were down. And then the Pally's just taking them upstairs again, jumping down, and just rinse and repeat. What that does is it basically just creates downtime in which the bears are not hitting him all the time. Because, I mean, it is a tyrannical key, but at the end of the day, if you have like 8, 9, 10 bears just smack you in a 25 key permanently, it might start to hurt even in like a tyrannical key, right? So, yeah, it felt pretty safe though. Like, no one is dropping, no one is even taking damage. Like, the healer's just not worried whatsoever. And yeah, we even spread out the bursting stacks a little bit, cause I mean, Enhanced just naturally doing that by being target capped. And yeah, now the last few we can take at the same time. We extend this to 5, but it's fine cause we're not even dropping in HP, cause we have rejuves and wild growths on and everything. And with that, we have all the trash we need downstairs. Now we just walk back, grab the beers, and then go upstairs to the kings. Then we have kings into Skovald Odyn, and then we're done. So yeah, we're taking beer here. Different to what a lot of people try to do nowadays, because they always see like people, I don't know, even in the MDI or in specific keys doing this, like going all 4 of the kings at the same time. We're actually not doing that. Because we had the time to just go like 2 into 3 and then the last one. So yeah, that's kind of what we're trying to do here. We have 11.5 minutes as we're going up here, which someone once told me that you approximately need 11 minutes for upstairs, which I think is fair. Yeah, for a tyrannical key. I think in Fortified it's definitely going to be less, but for tyrannical I think 11 minutes going upstairs is fine. Or like 11 minutes once you're upstairs is fine. So yeah, I was not like, you know, chilling when I saw the timer here getting up here, but yeah, I knew that we could do it. So yeah, we get the double kings here first, get the 2 on the left side, and then we will slowly move them over to get the 3rd one at some point. I should have waited a little bit here with my primordial wave, but I wasn't like 100% sure how quick those other kings would activate actually. So now there's 2 and there's 3. So yeah, ideally in hindsight I should have waited with my primordial wave and just not used it single target, but I just kind of wanted to get my damage going. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Obviously I will get another primordial wave in a couple of seconds here that I can then just use on 3 targets, but yeah, it wasn't really the most optimal thing to do there for me. So yeah, it's really good though that we get all the cleave on these kings. Obviously, benefit of doing all of the kings at the same time is just the time that you save, cause you get the cleave damage, which you wouldn't have if you play them 1 by 1. I think if you play these 1 by 1, like, you're not gonna time any high keys ever, pretty much, cause 1 by 1 is so fucking slow. Actually kind of terrible, Cause yeah, I mean obviously the Cleave just spreads out the damage and just kills him at the same time, kinda. Like the King Haldor and Bjorn here, we pretty much just kill them at the same time, and then we kind of want to funnel a little bit more into Thor, that so to where we get the chance of like killing them at the same time. It won't work out fully, but at least he won't be alive for too long after the other two died. So yeah, the tank is also just not taking damage. I mean, sure, again, it's tyrannical, not fortified, but like this tank is just not taking any damage whatsoever. So that is very good. We have 2 kings left here. One is almost dead as well. The other one is at like 36% right now. So yeah, third one dead. Now we just move this a little bit away from the ancestor and just cleave it down. And that leaves us with like, I guess once the RP is over, like 8.5 minutes for 2 bosses. So that would be what, a little bit over 4 minutes each. Then you have the RP. So maybe like 4 minutes per boss, I would say. Which is a little bit sketchy, like on a 25 tyrannical, depending on what DPS you have in the group. 4 minutes for each is not that great, but I think more so than missing damage or whatever that can deplete your key is runes on Odyn. I think that's like the one thing that if you have deaths on Odyn, cause the spears bursting, the orb dodging, the rune activation thingy, those are like the things that will deplete most of your Halls of Valor keys, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, for us, we just started the Skovald fight. Of course, you don't want to be in the Fell Blaze if someone else is in it. Usually it doesn't really matter that much, but obviously in a tyrannical, I mean, might as well try to avoid any damage you can avoid. You can use 1 primordial wave here in the very beginning of this fight. You will get it then for these ads here. It won't be up instantly, but as soon as your group, as long as your group isn't like full nuking these, it will be really good, because you get 3 ads for primordial wave haste. So you will get 40% haste here, which is really good. So I'm just hoping here that my group doesn't kill them, so I can primordial wave them. Unfortunately, they killed 1, so I only got 30% haste, but I mean, better than 10, right? So, yeah, definitely want to make sure that you have it ready. You can use it on pull if your group just slows down a little bit. If you use it on the first ones, though, it will always be ready on the second one and on the third and whatever, if you hold it for that, obviously. Which I think is worth it. Sure, you could just use it on cooldown and get some more uses out of it, but ultimately, I think it's just better to get more haste out of less primordial waves than the other way around. So yeah, I mean we've been fighting this guy for like what 1.5 minutes now, and it's already down to like 58, 57%. So we're pretty much like on time to being fine if we need 4 minutes per boss. So here you can see again the flames of woe are spawning. I primordial wave the last one, and boom, we get the 40% haste buff. Very, very good funnel. Very beneficial for our timer here. And you can see that, I mean, it shows in the damage meter, right? Like how much damage I gain from primordial waving these ads, basically. Not only like the lightning bolt damage in terms of like, you know, damage I do on the ad, but rather like damage I gain on the boss, which is what matters at the end of the day. So yeah, the druid actually melts the Fell Blaze here. It's actually crazy how many abilities you can stop with melt. Melt, low-key an ability, low-key an OP ratio, I would say. But yeah, we have the second Ragnarok here. Actually, it's the first one again. On the second, of course, we will get our primordial wave again. Like right here, it's off cooldown. I could just use it right now, like single target, but it's just way better to wait for the ads and then get all of the haste from it. So again, spawning ads here. It's also beneficial if you had a hot hand proc here, because then it would just be easier to spread your flame shocks onto the mobs here. But at the end of the day, I mean, one is gonna have it anyways if you hold at least 1 lava lash, and then you can just flame shock primordial wave the other ones, and you're gonna be fine. So it's not the biggest deal if you don't have a hot hands proc there. It just makes it easier because you will lava lash every other global anyways, so you will always have flame shock on the targets to use your primordial wave lightning bolts on it to get the haste. But yeah, my damage is still pretty high here, and boss is at 9%, 8% now, so it will die in a second. One thing that's very scary here, by the way, is that if the boss dies during the second Ragnarok, like when he has the shield, he will then drop the shield once he dies, and he will kill you. So, yeah, you can see he claims the Aegis. And now, if he dies during this cast, you will die in a high tyrannical key. So we actually slow down the damage a little bit. I wall because I was kind of scared it would happen. And then we kill it right when the ability ran out, which was pretty much perfect timing, I would say. Here I ask if we lost second runes or first, because the thing is, once the boss hits 85% HP, he starts like summoning more spears, basically. So what I wanted to do here is, I would have ideally lusted second runes, because then the time, like it will already be lower health-wise, so the time we spend from 85 to 80% would be shorter, because we would have Bloodlust for it. But they still wanted to lust first runes, so I mean, why wouldn't I, right? If they want to play it like this, we play it like this. Main thing right here is literally not dying. Like with the runes, with the Valkyrie phases or whatever the fuck it's called, you have damage anyways for the boss. It doesn't really matter that much. I mean, sure, you still need damage, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, the thing that is most important is not dying on runes, which as an Enhanced Shaman can be kind of sketchy, because if you don't have Astral Shift, then, I mean, what else are you gonna do? But yeah, we will see. Also, you want to bait these spears onto the side a little bit. Just basically so that you don't get caught by surprise by like an orb coming out of those. Keep the ad interrupted. I kind of just still used all of my damage into Odyn, because I thought the timer was kind of close when we pulled this. I kind of was a little bit worried. So we kind of just keep the ad interrupted. And here's going to be the first runic brand. And it is this one that I had no fucking clue where it is. So I used my health potion here to stay alive. If I didn't health potion, I would have probably died. I puzzle box here. We have Bloodlust, I use my potion, and we get Thundering. Like, this is just the biggest damage you can do here. Thundering gets cleared, unfortunately. I mean, we had to, but, you know. And still have 12 seconds of the buff, though. Like, these Valkyrie buffs are really, really good. Try to squeeze out as much damage as you can. We bait spears literally in the middle of the fucking room here, which is not ideal. But with these first Valkyries, we got the boss to, like, 88%, which is pretty fine. As I said, at 85 he will start to summon way more spears. And at this point I kind of always want to have a defensive when he bursts the spears, because, well, it does a lot of fucking damage. And I know I've said good things about this healer before in this key, but these runes, look at these fucking runes, alright? I have green. Literally the other side of the room, because I wasn't like positioned towards the middle. Literally the opposite of the fucking room. I have AG, which doesn't help me in this situation. I don't have Wall. I don't have Health Potion. I don't have Earth Alley. Well, Earth Alley is still out, but, you know. I don't have Wall. I don't have Health Potion. Look at the healing that this druid is putting into me. The fact that he keeps me topped here and doesn't let me die on that way over was fucking crazy to me. But yeah, we made it. I mean, we still had 4 battle risers, right? We're still on a flawless run, by the way. We played everything perfect. We haven't died a single time. So, yeah, I still have my Ankh. We still have 4 battle risers. Like, everything is going according to plan. The boss is down to 83% now. Very nice baits on top of each other here. Very, very nice. Now the thing is, we kind of just want to kill it before the next runes, though. Because the next runes will be kind of sketchy. We kind of don't want to have them. I mean, time-wise, we would be fine even if we got them and had to play them. But with all of these spears, now having to do runes in between that would be very fucking sketchy. Like, look at all of these orbs coming out of those now. Look at this. If you now had to do runes, there's a high chance we would have just died. So we got it. We pushed the boss. The key is over. Sure, we died to the runes that we still have. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? The key was over. The key was timed before the runes went out. So dying doesn't matter anymore. And that's a perfect key. Let me see if I show my breakdown at the end. Yeah, there you go. That's the breakdown of the key. That is a flawless key. No deaths. No casualties, nothing. Like, we played this as good as you can. As a puck group without voice, in my opinion. Sure, we had some cast go off sometimes, but like, overall, I think this was a fucking perfect key, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I top damage, 110k. Could be a little bit more if I had better gear, but I'm happy about that. It was nice having a DH for DH, like magical damage debuff thingy. So yeah, great key. I was very happy about that. One of the hardest tyrannical keys, just packed with no voice and still had like a minute left at the end. Yeah, very nice. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hopefully you learned something about Halls of Valor or Enhancement Shaman in this video. If so, I would appreciate you guys liking the video if it helped you. Maybe leave a comment with some feedback. And then, yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Or in the live stream if you want to check that out on twitch.tv/waveswow. And that is all I got. Yeah, hope you take care, stay healthy. And with that being said, I'll see you around. Peace.